Hi everyone, my name is Brittany. My mom is a perfectionist and her preferences affect my life, or rather, my quality of life. The thing is, she's always tried to make me perfect, and it turned out to be the opposite. Fate has added a couple more surprises, which I will certainly tell you about. So, my mornings would start with my mother sitting me on a chair in our so-called dressing room and conjuring up brushes and other cosmetics. You have a big nose, you need to make it smaller. You need to make your eyes a little bigger, and your flat lips. Oh my god, what's wrong with your eyelashes? We just gave you extensions. Did you sleep on your face again? I asked you not to, Brittany. What about your hair? You just had it done, why is it so messy? Do you even take care of yourself? Why do I have to do all this? Said my mother. Because I'm happy with my appearance, Mom. I look normal. Why do you make a doll out of me every day? How can you just walk around with a face like that? So much imperfection, it kills me. But I'm okay with it. No, you're not. I am a professional makeup artist and want to make my daughter more beautiful and better. Any other girl in your place would be jealous, but you're an ungrateful daughter. Mom also resented me for not appreciating her work, but my image of a doll pissed me off. I was like an inanimate object. My friend, a scientist engineer whom I rarely saw, always said I would someday be able to earn money for my appearance. He was partly right. We met one day after school, and he showed me a picture of me at his house. What the hell? It's not like I've been in your house, even though we've been friends for 7 years. We've been friends for 8 years, and also, I've been working on a project. I'm creating an android doll for a very rich client. Billy told me that a big order came in to create an android doll for the client's son. It was to create a friend for the soul, to have someone to talk to. I knew right away what it was all about, and was like, give me a fee for some nut job to communicate with a doll that looks like me? Idiot! Why didn't you ask me? That's exactly what you're here for. The test run was perfect. I was supposed to bring Erica to their house tomorrow, but something happened. My robot is broken. She's on sleep mode instead of friendly mode and dancing instead of walking. I have to fix her, but I need time. And if this order fails, I lose a whole year of work for nothing. I won't get royalties, and also, no, don't even dream of it. I won't pretend to be my robot copy just for you. 3 days for $300,000. I'll pay it to you. Yeah, rich people have their quirks. Where to? I wanted to make money so I could buy a ticket and get away from my mom. I couldn't live with her like that anymore. In the morning, they packed me up in a box. I put a microphone in my ear and put me in a perfect doll mode. I was unpacked and I saw the same goat in front of me who had hit my scooter with his car. I'd fell, hurt my leg, and this goat looked at me and didn't even get out of the car. Good thing I had my helmet on and didn't break my head. He just slipped $1,000 through the window and took off. I had to sew up my dress afterward. I saw it and yelled, "Oh, it's you!" He freaked out too, asked what was wrong with my regimen. Billy told me what to do and I pretended it was a reset, and the voice settings were now working perfectly fine. Billy talked and I just did the actions. Standing, sitting, smiling, talking. When that jerk Harry had played with me enough, he went out to his friend, and I ran to the bathroom and into the kitchen and opened the fridge to eat. Billy was yelling into my earpiece that I couldn't be that dirty, so I told him to hurry up and get me out of here under any pretext because otherwise I'd starve to death. Did they put a function in you to eat? Came a voice from behind me. I froze and spoke into the microphone. Psst, psst. But I couldn't be heard, and I couldn't hear. The earpiece fell to the floor, caught in my hair, and Harry noticed it. He wanted to pick it up, but I realized I'd stepped on it with my foot and I had to improvise. Oops, Harry. All the malfunctions have been fixed. The system is now working properly, and an update is expected in 5 minutes. I have to get into a comfortable position, I said, no longer able to stand like a robot. Harry led me into the bedroom and I lay flat on the bed, thinking I'd rather sleep this time. But suddenly, Harry lay down next to me. My heart almost stopped. Harry, what are you doing here? This is my bed. I see. I started to move, unnoticed by him, and almost fell off the bed. Reflexively, I screamed and he caught me. His eyes became so round with surprise. It was like he was scared of something, and I thought it was me. But he put me down on the bed again, and then he looked at my hands. Harry shouted that he had no reaction to me and cheered like a child, and I couldn't understand what he was talking about. Harry turned on a movie and we watched a comedy. I laughed heartily, and only then did I realize he was looking at me. Shit, Brittany, you're forgetting yourself. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm glad you're here. What? Glad? Is he that lonely? No friends at all? There was a scary moment in the movie, and I clutched at his hand and our gazes met. He almost kissed me, and thank goodness my dorky friend came to pick me up for a tune-up. Ugh, I avoided that one. I went back to Harry in the morning and found him lying unconscious on the floor, and he had weird swelling in his throat. I freaked out and called an ambulance. The doctors who arrived on the scene said they'd known him for years, that Harry had a psychosomatic condition in the form of an allergy to people, to touch. That meant he was getting severe laryngeal edema and could suffocate. I couldn't believe that Harry sent me to him knowing about the problem. It could have been dangerous for him. While he was in his room under medical supervision, with gloves on, I fished Billy out and yelled at him and told him I wouldn't be a part of this, that it was dangerous, that I might kill him sooner or later. Billy understood me and said he'd fix it, so I went to Harry's house to say goodbye, staying far away from him. He came to his senses and smiled at me. Harry said he was fine with me there. He cried and I wiped his tears away, and he grabbed my hand and pulled me toward him. I wish you were real, he told me. I have no one but the uncle you saw. He was worried and decided to order at least you because I'm too lonely. That's probably the best gift he ever got me. I want you to be with me always. Harry held out a ring and put it on my finger. He told me it was his grandmother's ring and he wanted me to have it. I couldn't hold back my tears, kissed him, and then quickly pulled away. Billy arrived then, reporting another malfunction. Harry was nervous and worried. I was taken away, and I just mentally said goodbye to him. So 3 months passed, and I felt bad. Only my ring reminded me of those days. I took off all my hair extensions, despite my mother's owls, because I was tired of the falsity and the lies. I gave the money back to Billy. I just couldn't accept it and go on with my normal life. One day I was riding my scooter, and at a light, I got hit again. I turned around and it was Harry. This time I wasn't wearing a helmet. He saw me and was surprised, and I was pushing on the green on the road and trying to hide from him. We drove so fast. I drove through the alleys trying to confuse him, but eventually he blocked my way, and I had to stop at the dead end of a narrow street. I was scared and I didn't know what to do. Harry slowly approached me. He noticed the ring on my finger and shouted that I had tricked him. He felt sick again. He began to choke and fell to the ground. I took a shot out of my purse and injected it into his arm, then started CPR. He came to, but he was angry and left, and I was left alone in tears. Another 1.5 months passed, during which time my life became even worse. My mother nagged me every day. I flatly refused to wear makeup and do as she wanted, and it annoyed her. I'm tired of being the mother of a freak. Then don't be my mother. Mom swung to slap me, but suddenly, Harry came in through the window into the room and stood up for me. He hugged me, and I saw that he had no reaction and calmed down. Harry told her that she was a stupid mother for not noticing how beautiful I was. He took my hand and walked out with me. I got a call from your friend, Billy. He told me everything. What did he tell you? That you didn't take the money, that you didn't know I was sick, and that you chose to leave as soon as you found out. But I came to see for myself about something. What is it? Harry kissed me. It was a sudden and long-awaited kiss. I watched his breathing anxiously, but it was okay. I remembered what Billy had said about Harry's illness being psychosomatic, and that it would only go away if he wanted it to himself, and only with the people he let in. So he decided to let me into his life. I now feel beautiful with my imperfect appearance, just as it is. Isn't that happiness? As for my mother, she gave up trying to do anything with me and switched to the cat Harry gave her. They both found each other, just like Harry and I did, and I'm really, really happy about that. Tell me guys, did you like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video. Don't forget to like it, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.